Hey, everybody, and welcome to the How to Find 10 Extra Hours in Your Week. Are you ready to find some extra time? Please let me know because this is going to be a action-packed, super fast. So get your pens ready. I'm going to be covering about 2 hours worth of stuff and condensing it down into 30 minutes just for you. So bear with me as we get this party started. Now that I have you here, I want you to know that you are in the right place if you're tired, stressed out, wondering how the heck are you going to get all of the things done in this time. If you're writing the same thing again and again and again on your to-do list, your planner, you're moving the things over, if you're doing that, if you're a perfectionist, people pleaser, procrastinator, if you're not doing the things that you know that you should be doing, if you want to be laser focused on how to get the right stuff done so that you can actually move the needle in your business, and you want to have more energy and freedom, and you want to also be able to end your day feeling accomplished, that like when that time is up, you get to put your work away and go and spend time with your family or your friends or take care of your house or whatever else it is that you really want to do. So, if you are in any of those categories, you are in the right place and you are going to want to take some notes. So I will go ahead and get started. Why are you here? Right. So, of those list of things that I just said, why, how can you apply any of the things it is that I'm about to share with you to find those 10 extra hours? Like what would your day look like if you had 10 extra hours in your week? What would you be able to accomplish? Who would be positively impacted if you were able to take control of your time? Would your family and friends get to see a little bit more of you? Would you be able to sleep easier at night? Like, who else would be positively impacted if you were able to take back control of your time? I want you to think about your relationship with time on a scale of 1 to 10. One is you're stressed out, there's never enough, you can't find the time. You constantly say, "Oh, I don't have time for that. I can't do that. I don't have time. I don't have time." Or 10, you're crushing it. You are so good with time that you have extra time to sit through and watch this presentation because you have an abundance of time and would like to waste some time. So, on that scale, 1 to 10, where are you on that scale? So I'm assuming that you probably scored yourself less than a 10, right? Not many people have an overabundance of time where they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. They have an abundance of money. They can go on all the vacations and all the things because all their work is done. I'm assuming that that's not you, not why you're here. So like, would it be cool to find 10 extra hours in your week? And if you found 10 extra hours, like, what would you do with that? How would you spend that? Would you go to the gym? Would you do more meal prepping? Like, how could your life be more positively impacted if you were to find these extra 10 hours? And what if we just found an extra 5 hours a week or even 1 extra hours a week? Would that be a win for you? Because if we had 1 extra hour a week, and so seven, that would be nearly seven full, like full-time hours worth of days off. That's a whole extra week of vacation that you can take with your business, right? So I'm sure we can find more than five or more than 1 hour a week, but think of how we can really do this. So I worked with a client, and just by making one simple tweak in her task list, we freed up 20 extra hours a month by one teeny tiny little tweak. Imagine when we actually looked at all of the things it was that she was doing, wasn't doing, and really investigated all of this. So imagine if we were to investigate every area of your schedule, your tasks, your thoughts, and how much time we could open up for you too. Obviously, this is a class, we're not working one on one. So, I mean, I can't guarantee anything, but if you do this work, I know within my soul that you too will be able to find some extra time in your week. So, what we're going to cover, who am I? We're going to talk about how to find this extra time and really discover what it is that's taking up your time. We're going to cover some myths, and then we're going to talk about what you can do moving forward. So, who is Karla Docter? Karla Docter, I am a lifestyle business coach, speaker, author, and I absolutely love helping heart centered female entrepreneurs eliminate procrastination and transform their actions so that they can actually show up consistently, share their expertise, which then brings in that profitable business and life that they crave. I've been nominated for Women of the Year, recognized as a woman making a difference and an achiever under 40, as well as 21 leaders for the 21st century, for some recognition here. But at my core, I'm a single mom. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, robbed and held at gunpoint, many other things. I'm a thriver, a connector. I love a healthy lifestyle. I'm also a fitness coach. And it's my passion and mission in life to help others recognize their own worth, capabilities, strengths, and abundance from within so that they too can find that joy filled life filled with time, impact, and freedom. I have a variety of different types of events, online, in person, vision board workshops, masterminds, group coaching programs, individual coaching, and have a really super awesome virtual event called EmpowerCon. So that's a little bit about me. But all in all, to say, that whole saying that's like, ask if you want something to get done, ask a busy woman. That was me. I was always the go-to person, go, 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 go. And what happened was I got burned out. I was always saying yes. I was not respecting my boundaries. I was going through all of these things. And I also had my own life things happening, right? And so not only did I work full-time at a nonprofit, doing grant writing, development, oversaw several programs, part of senior management, did all these things. I also had my business. I ran local networking groups. I had all of these different things, participated in leadership programs. But I made the decision because my family life struggled, my job struggled, my environment, my situation around me was terrible. And on the outside, it looked really good. And I was doing all these things and accomplishing all these things, but it was tough. And several years ago, I decided that I was no longer going to struggle or sacrifice things. I wasn't going to say yes to things that were out of alignment for me, my mission, or my higher self. And I made giving up non-negotiable. It's not even in my backup plan. Giving up, it's not even there. It's not an option. But what changed was I decided to do the inner work. And that's what I see that's missing so much in all of these productivity and time management programs, courses, and stuff, that it's not getting to the root of the person doing the procrastinating, the person doing all of the things. That's talking about managing all of the things, but not really like healing and transforming the person who's actually doing those things. And that's what's going to change for you today. And that is why I'm here. So let's get this party started. So together, I want us to set an intention that we are going to remain open, that we are going to listen and engage and really learn how you too can find these extra hours in your day. You're going to remain open to how this might apply into your life, in your current situation. And by the end of this masterclass, you'll be able to learn the real reason and thing that's sucking all this time out of you and how I can help you further. Deal? All right. Are you a procrastinator, people pleaser, perfectionist? What are the things that we talked about earlier? How do those apply to you? The first step on how to find 10 extra hours in your week is to ask yourself better questions. So one of my mentors, James Wedmore, says The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. You want a better life? Ask better questions. And the same thing can be relied when we talk about finding extra time in our week. So, if the answer is like a heck yes, you must first look at how can you? How can you find extra time in your week? How can you make these things happen? How can you stay in integrity with the things it is that you said that you were going to do to other people as well as the things to ourselves? Because, look, let's be honest, as women, oftentimes the very first thing that goes by the wayside is taking care of ourselves as we are fulfilling all of these other obligations. When we don't take care of ourselves, then everything else kind of trickles to the wayside. So, how can you find this extra time? I've got a ton more questions throughout this, but as you're doing this, I want you to start thinking about how can you do this? The second part, the second step, the second step is to be a detective with your time. So, most importantly, we must complete a time tracker assessment. If we don't know exactly how it is that we're spending our time, we know how we're spending our time, right? But we don't want to write it down. And I get that. But if there's something you're avoiding doing, which one of my clients, a lot of them, they don't want to do the time tracker. And that is where the gold is, because if you're avoiding it, then that means that there's something there for you to discover and for you to shine some light on. So track your time, do it for an entire week. Don't judge it. And if at the very minimum, track it for 2 days during the week and then track your weekend. And I mean, I have time tracking tools and resources inside my programs, but even just writing on a sheet of paper, identify any time wasters, and then also talk this out with a coach, a mentor, or some sort of support team so that you can really hone in on, once you know what it is that you're wasting your time on and you know all of the things it is that you're avoiding, then you can make that action plan. When I say time wasters, this is what I'm talking about. Getting lost in social media. You're going to make a social media post and it's now taken you 4 hours because you started scrolling or you were looking for something, checking your notifications, your phone constantly dinging, answering a phone call midway through an activity, right? Like, there's this thing called the myth of multitasking, that it's not real. Like, your brain can't do two cognitive functions at the same time. So if you're typing up a response or a social media post, the phone rings, it's your girlfriend, you can't do both of those things really well. So really eliminating those distractions so that you can continue on with this thing, so that you don't have to stop, refocus, and shift. And then that's done, go back. Then you have to reread what you've already done or reread the email that you're replying to and then what you got so far. It's a time waster. Um, Talking down to yourself, doing little tasks and the things that don't really move the needle in your business, right? Like, not really doing those income producing activities, having mom guilt, grocery shopping, all of us working from home. If we're homeschooling, there's a lot of distractions. So, who is it that you can partner up with? And really work this out. And if you want to have a conversation about this and kind of brainstorm some ideas, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to chat with you. But there are a ton and ton and ton of time wasters. You also want to look for and see, like, where are you doing like busy work, not focusing on the right things? What are all of the things that you're saying yes to? And then what are the things that you're saying no to? Probably your own personal life goals and responsibilities in your relationships. So, how can you start saying yes to some of those things and replacing them with all these other things? Because if we're more effective during the day, more energized and effective during the day, we would have more energy and love and joy to give to everybody else. How long does it take for you to make an important decision? Do you sit and spin on your wheels? Should I do this? Should I do that? Um, do you plan your day in advance? That can save you ton of time, because if you plan tomorrow, today, So, like, if today, before you go to bed, you write out what it is that you're going to do tomorrow, you know your top three priorities that you should work on, and you already have kind of a bulleted outline, that when you sit down and go to work, you already have it outlined for you what it is that you're going to do and some bullets to already get your brain flowing. You can hop right into the zone versus sitting there mapping it out, drinking your coffee, which is fine and fun. But an hour later, you still haven't accomplished anything. You've just created your plan. Whereas yesterday, you knew that in 15 minutes, you could write out your plan, have those action steps. You just saved yourself 45 minutes right there. What tasks take you a really long time to complete? And then identifying what tasks you're avoiding. The avoidance tasks are the things that take the most time, the things that we avoid doing, the things that we're transferring day in and day out to our to-do list. That I've actually created a tool called the 7 Powerful Questions that move you from being stuck to goal crushing, that really identifies why it is you're avoiding it, because it's getting to the root of that problem. Like, why is it that you are avoiding this thing? And when you can identify that, then you can really dig deeper to say, okay, what's the long-term pain if I avoid this a month, 6 months, a year from now? What's the benefit? So, and really diving deep into that to see, do you need to delegate this task out? Do you need to delete it from your list completely? Or do you just need to do the dang thing? So, identifying those things, super important. Step number 3, your thought assessments. Be a detective with your thoughts. What is your relationship and your identity? How is it that you're going about life? If you, before you identified as a perfectionist, as a procrastinator, you are setting the identity that that is who you are and not something that you can change. I hate to break it to you, but you don't have to be those things. You are just affirming what it is in life that you are going to get by saying, I'm a people pleaser, I'm a procrastinator, I'm always late. That becomes your reality. And then your actions and behaviors will reinforce that. I'll get a little bit more into that in a second. But what is your relationship and identity with time? So when you look at these words like hustle, money, wealth, success, what kind of feelings come up? What kind of blocks? Were you told that money doesn't grow on trees? Keep the door closed. Don't waste electricity. Don't waste food. All of these things. We're told these thoughts and stories growing up from a very young age that we carry with us that actually limit and block us from doing the things that we really want to do. And there's a difference between, if you're doing these things, like if you're doing procrastination and being a procrastinator, right? If I say that I'm being a procrastinator, there's no fluctuation there versus I'm procrastinating on this, right? There's a difference. I can change that second statement. That first statement, it becomes your truth and you hold on to that. How you identify is going to affect your time, your success, your health, your wealth, and what you focus on persists. So, if our energy is going to go toward lack or negativity or scarcity or uncertainty, then that's exactly what you're going to get. One of my favorite quotes by Henry Ford is, whether you think you can or can't, either way, you're right, right? So, what does this really mean? So, before, when I said there's this wheel, so it's called the self-fulfilling prophecy. So we have our beliefs, and our beliefs are, I'm a procrastinator, right? Or I'm bad with time management. Okay, so our beliefs are now going to influence our expectations. And then our expectations are going to be met as they influence our behavior. So, like, our beliefs, our expectations are also like our feelings, right? And then that becomes influence. It influences our behavior. If I identify as a procrastinator, then that's just what I do. So then my actions reinforce that, which then influence my results to say, look, see, I told you, which reinforces that initial belief, like, I told you so, you're bad with time. The 7 powerful questions to move you from stuck to goal crushing. So, this is basically, in essence, these questions help you focus on what it is that you're avoiding. When you're avoiding something, it's keeping you stuck and safe in your comfort zone, which is where we like to stay. growth does not happen in our comfort zone, and we are living human beings, which means we need growth. All living things need growth in order to stay alive. But for some reason, we want to try and stay small and safe in our comfort zone. Um, so these questions are really about finding what pain you're associating with this action or inaction, what you're gaining by not taking action. Sometimes I call this like your secondary gain. You have to be really honest with yourself, because if you're avoiding it and you're not doing it, you're getting something out of it. Otherwise, you would have just done the task. So by not doing the task, you're getting something out of it. What is it? Shine that light on it. Once you see it, once you shine the light on it in the dark, it's not so scary anymore. And you're like, ah, okay, I got this. Then it's looking at, if you don't take action right now, what's the long-term pain that you're going to experience in a month, 6 months from now, a year from now? And what's the positive long-term emotional benefits if you take action today? What's the positive benefits a month, 6 months, a year from now? And then it's thinking about, how can you, right? The very first thing, ask better questions. How can I get this done? How can I make this happen? How can I do X, Y, and Z? And then make the commitment. Set that wedding date, like my other coach likes to say, set that wedding date. Tell somebody, let somebody hold you accountable to it so that you actually do the thing. This activity can totally be the difference from keeping like you working like in your business instead of on it. Keep you in that stuck cycle, that stuck phase, that self-sabotage, not taking action. So like, for example, I used to have to call people because their membership dues were late for a job that I worked at. And I absolutely dreaded doing it. Like, there was this fear ick behind it. And I avoided doing the task, and I would put it off and put it off and put it off. Like, I'd start it on Monday. I'd put it on my calendar on Monday, but I put it off, put it off, put it off. Next thing, it's Friday. And I'm like, I got to do it. And then it was stressful. And the time and hours that I spent avoiding doing that task would have amounted up to 10 extra hours in my week for sure. So that eventually ended up costing me my job, right? So look at the things it is that you're avoiding in your life and business. And if you still don't believe me about how impactful our thoughts are, I want you to do something fun. So let's do the lemon test. So I want you to close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. And I want you to imagine that you have this like big, juicy lemon. Like, put your hand in front of your mouth, close your eyes, and I want you to believe that you're holding this big, fat, juicy half of a lemon. And I want you to squish that lemon and see all the juices running down your hand. And I want you to stick out your tongue, lick that lemon. And now open up your mouth and shove half of that lemon in your mouth and just like suck on the juice. Let it swirl around in your mouth. Chew on that flesh, suck out all that lemon juice, and then open your eyes and tell me, did you salivate? I'm sure you did. I did, just even saying that out loud, right? So even though your mind knew that there wasn't a lemon in front of you, but there was one in your mind. And the rule of the mind is that motion will defeat logic almost every single time. So if you can tell yourself, like, if we can agree that like eating a lemon makes saliva, that we can all agree that the thoughts that we have can impact how it is that we feel and the results it is that we're getting in life. So if you're going to lie to yourself, let's at least tell yourself some better lies, right? So I want you to also know that one of my clients, like, they're like, oh, my excuses are not good ones. And that's the power of talking it out and having a support system. So those are the three major steps. I'm going to super go through really quickly this bonus step number 4, and how else, giving you some other tips on how else you can take back control of your time. 1, stepping into your higher purpose, creating your list of non-negotiables and your values, plan tomorrow today, not working on other people's agendas and setting your own. That's where the notifications and the calls and getting distracted comes from. Utilizing your energy peaks, understanding your cycle and then where it is that you flow there, making super quick decisions and having accountability, that those are the real ways in which you can really take back your time. Task dump, celebrate your wins, set boundaries, create winning routines, um, have a success tracker, and step into the identity of being somebody who's in control of their time. These are some really quick myths. You don't have to do it all. We think that we do. You can do it all. You just don't have to do it all at the same time. You can't do it all at the same time. So it's prioritizing and planning. Already talked about the myth of multitasking. You don't have to work hard. Work doesn't have to be hard. It can be fun and easy and playful. I love getting to do things like this and getting to meet with other people. So it doesn't have to be hard work. You don't need another method, right? You just need to work on the person doing these things, changing that identity of I am a blank, and then thinking that time is working against you. So right now you have two decisions, right? Your two decisions is you can stay here, right? In the identity of the procrastinator, the people pleaser, um, I'm not good with my time. I don't have any extra time. You can stay there. Or I can tell you about this quick little program called Venture Life Society, which is a monthly program that helps other like minded female entrepreneurs really take control of their life and their business so that they can have that abundance of income, eliminate procrastination, people pleasing, perfectionism, and all those other isms, imposter syndrome, all of those things that hold people back. So, what is Venture Life Society? Basically, in a nutshell, you get a monthly masterclass and or special guest experts. So, our special guest experts, they come and they're going to give us trainings on different um, topics having to do around habits, perfectionism, people pleasing. We have someone coming to do something on human design and uh, subconscious reprogramming, overcoming barriers and beliefs and fears. So every month we have a new topic or training. You'll get a workbook. There's powerful questions, journaling prompts, self-coaching tools. We do a monthly group coaching call where all of us get together and we share what it is that's our struggles or objections like for life and business, and just have a safe space to hold for each other, that we all learn and grow. Because what it is that you're going through, we either have gone through it, we're going through it, or we're going to go through it. And so it's a safe place for us to explore those types of things and really help support and overcome whatever obstacles are holding in your way. And then we have this incredible community to celebrate and do a lot of really other awesome things. So here's what you get. You'll have access to this training and 10 others so far, I believe, talking about productivity, procrastination, the 3-step process to get anything done, creating your winning routine, your ideal day, how to get anything it is that you want, and overcoming those limiting beliefs. That program in and of itself could be a standalone course sold for $1,000 because it's absolutely incredible. Unleash your inner badass, training to boost your confidence, self-love, planning for self-love, and so much more just waiting for you inside when you sign up today. Also, there's all of these different tools and trackers, right? The time trackers I was talking about, the 7 most important questions document. There's a success tracker and a thought tracker. So, really looking at these avoiding things, how to identify them, and how it's sucking all of this time out of your day, and so much more. And while all of the masterclasses in and of themselves each month could easily be worth $97 plus the workbooks and everything else. So there's already over $1,000 worth of training and resources in there, not to mention the community and our group coaching calls. And I don't even charge anything near to that, not even close. And all of these additional tools, guest experts, could be well over like and sell as a course in and of itself for over, $497, but I'm not even going to say that. All of this can be yours for less than a few margaritas with girlfriends, right? For $33 a month for a limited time only. And you can cancel it at any time. Like just come check it out if you love it, if it's for you, awesome. If it's not, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Um, I'd be happy to guide you in any direction, or if you want to talk this out, feel free to reach out to me. But you can go to venturelifecoaching.com/join VLS and you can get signed up today. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Or if you want to know if this is right for you, you can go to that venturelifecoaching.com/join VLS and you'll have a list of some different options. I even have some VIP options. Or you can just reach out to me and say, hey, I don't know if this is right for me. And let's hop on a call and chat. I would love to be able to serve you. And let me know what your greatest takeaway was from today. Thank you so much. Love you. Mwah.